Okay, let's be honest. I'm a weirdo.
We found some food.
Perfectly preserved.
Oh shit. I didn't think that was actually gonna happen.
I live in the sea, yo.
In addition to all my other weirdnesses, I like to film a lot.
You ready? I am a swimmer now.
For the past 20 years, I've been rolling the camera on everything.
How you doing? Good, you? I'm good. Yeah. How you doing? Good.
On just one video format, Digital 8, I have over 59 hours of uncut footage. During the 5 years my family lived in India, I uploaded over 30 finished, edited hours of footage to YouTube. I video everything. It's gotten on people's nerves.
This is the new art piece, Moonlight over Ganga.
We were on a cooking show in Thailand called Around the World in 80 Plates, and I even filmed while we were being filmed against the rules. I just had this insatiable urge to document stuff in video form. This is my new vlog. I'm calling it Random Access Memory, revisiting moments from my past and seeing what I've learned since then. I've been meaning to do this vlog for a while and was waiting for the right moment, making all these grandiose plans for the vlog and waiting to get it all polished up for a big push, but sometimes life throws a curveball.
Tuesday, October 9th. It's my first day of work. It also happens to be the day before Hurricane Michael. The company I work for, it does disaster response stuff, so I mean this is kind of part of the job. I've always wanted to stay for one of these. Now that I'm here closer to when it's going to get hitting, feel pretty apprehensive.
I wasn't even in the eye of the storm when Hurricane Michael hit, but what I saw of the storm humbled me.
The dude just walked through that!
I'm in it now! And once I saw the devastation this 100-year storm did to my community, just 10 miles away, I was floored. I haven't had time to do any creative work because my new job of house restoration has been much too demanding. But I thought this Thanksgiving week, with the time off that I have, would be as good a time as any to start looking back at my life and giving an account, to sort through my weirdness, the good and bad memories, and start having fun on YouTube again. Life is weird. We live it linearly, but our minds don't always think from left to right. Memories come out of nowhere and shock us with a bit of nostalgia in the most unexpected moments. Life is a hodgepodge of good and bad, terror and joy, laughs and tears. And with this vlog, I hope to get back to a bit of that creative, cross-cultural, and constructive whimsy that has seen me through some dark days. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. This is my ADHD attempt to make sense of my life through random access memory. We're making a rule on this series, Random Access Memory. It's going to be all fun, no frant.
All fun, no frant.
Booyah, 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 booyah.
So for those who don't know me, frant is coined by my brother-in-law, who took two words, Ford and rant, and put them together, hence frant. If you've known me or spent longer than 2 minutes with me, you will have heard a Ford rant, frant. On this video, though, we're not going to let them happen.
Cut those out.
Cut those out.
Magic of editing.
Cut.
Yeah, that will happen. I'll just cut them out, right? So yeah, I just started this new job with Regency DRT. The first thing that people said, one didn't even see me in a hat at first, but in the hat I'd even look more so like Mike Rowe. But it turns out that I'd done a parody back in 2012 or so when I was in India. I'd written a vlog as if Mike Rowe had written it, and then I did this monologue, and I think I did a pretty good job.
Who am I kidding? You recognize me from Dirty Jobs. I'm kind of like LeVar Burton pre-Star Trek, always getting typecast. Oh, it's the Reading Rainbow guy. Now he's headband eyes. But at least he got to break away from the show host gig, which is something I wouldn't mind doing myself, actually. Not that Star Trek would even want me. End up being one of those red shirts sent down on an away mission, swallowed in blue goo or something like that. Ensign Rowe, there's a Dirty Jobs on planet Nimrod needing your attention. Typecast even in Star Trek. Ironically, there was an Ensign Rowe on Star Trek, but I totally only know that because of Google.
Found this dead rat in the ceiling, and they were like, man, you look like Mike Rowe. And then I was on this one fire job, and So Philip posted that time Mike Rowe processed a fire loss with us. Travis posted to say, get the pleasure of working with Mike Rowe today. And that got actually posted on the Regency DRT Facebook page. Holla, raise the roof, as the kids don't do these days.
Oh, we're so old.
My new joke on the job is like, it's as the kids say these days, lit. AF. Does that mean autofocus? Mike Rowe looks a little short. I'll have you know, to set the record straight, he's only 1.25 inches taller than me, okay? 6'0", I'm 5'10" and 3/4, okay? We're right there neck and neck. If I wore my platform shoes, which I have, then I would be taller than him.
It's just that guy's super tall.
It's just Travis is just, gargantuan golem, okay? Memory came up in Facebook, Shilpi Agarwal.
Aww.
She worked for Ohm Books and got us this opportunity to do a video about Maria Goretti's book release, From My Kitchen to Yours, and her husband happens to be Arshad Varsi, and I get to do a dub smash with him. My first of only one. So this is a photo that Vipul shared last week on his Instagram. A little throwback to me, Vipul, and Rohan at Tughlaqabad.
Put a picture up because last week I had made chai and scones. And I was saying missing Delhi because that was such a staple meal in our lives. We always had scones and chai, and so Vipul actually commented on that photo, and then he put this up after that.
Yeah, and so
it was fun to reconnect with him.
Vipul was our intern, and I don't know if we taught him anything, but he has gone on to do some
Really
great things.
great
He's got this. I mean, here's an example of some of the 3D work he does. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So check Vipul out on Instagram, Vipsuch23. Thanksgiving, for most American families, means turkey and stuffing and cranberry sauce, and that means that for us. But there's one tradition that we started a long time ago.
You've Got Mail. So You've Got Mail holds a very special place in our hearts.
Back in 2002, when I was in India and was feeling very sick, that's the movie I watched because there was a girl who was sick too, and so that's what we watched. We put on and watched You've Got Mail.
Yeah, I did my student teaching in Budapest, Hungary, and I was so lonely. And one Sunday night, I remember putting on You've Got Mail and watching it, and then when it finished, I watched it a second time.
After our experiences overseas watching You've Got Mail, we came back together and we made this, our first reenactment of You've Got Mail.
And I forgot about this. This is so foreign.
Using my old stuffed animal.
What is this? That caviar is a garnish.
You're Frank Davasky, aren't you? Hi, my name's Patricia Dumpson.
We actually started doing them in India. They had a little talent show for Thanksgiving.
I have in my possession the super duper secret printouts of the sales figures of a bookstore so inconsequential yet full of its own virtue that I felt compelled to rush over for fear that it's going to put me out of business.
But then in 2015 in India, we were in the dub smash.
Can you spell cat?
Never dip your head
I love how you've totally forgotten that you've had any role in her current situation. So obtuse. So insensitive. Reminds me of someone. Me!
Speaking of Vipul, he did a cameo in one of our dub smashes as Dave Chappelle. So Melissa noticed a scene that she'd always thought was a little too sentimental. Kathleen Kelly saying goodbye to her bookstore and having a memory of her and her mom twirling. Now actually has meaning, and why is that?
We were in India for 5 years. We wanted to be there longer, but we had to come home, and it was that loss of the dream. And so now, oh no, yeah. And so now it holds loads more meaning for me.
So, and that's kind of the theme of You've Got Mail is trying to negotiating with the future. I guess you could call it that, negotiating with the future. And I had this moment, fun little nature walk I had. Coming back from that at the end, phrased it this way: to imbue the present with the pedigree of the past and the promise of the future. You're kind of dancing through life, not trying to say everything in the past is terrible or everything in the future is scary. Take the best of what came before. That's the conservative. And then the liberal is daring to march into the future. I mean, you have to be conservative and liberal. You have to. Or else you will stagnate, or else you will jump off a building thinking you can fly. I mean, that's the message of Birdman, basically. Until next time.
Imbue
the present with the pedigree of the past and
the promise of the future.
The promise of the future. All right, we'll see you next time.